All right, well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the ASEA Basics webinar training. My name is Paul Taira, and I'm a triple diamond executive here with ASEA. And I've been with ASEA since October of 2009, and am super excited. We are entering the exciting rapid or accelerated growth phase of ASEA, the development of ASEA. And everybody here on this webinar is definitely in the right place at the right time to capitalize on not only our successful track record in history, excuse me, but with the release of our new technology of Renew 28, be able to be positioned before this is brought to the masses and to the world. So again, we've got the benefit of both worlds. We're not just starting out here. We've already proven our business model with an incredible new technology being released to the world, which really is synergistic to our existing technology because it's using the same redox signaling molecule. So the timing couldn't be better. Okay, let me go ahead and let's jump right into it. The first step in our training is I always redirect people to our duplication platform. It's called 3minutepeak.com. And this past week I had the privilege of being up in corporate working with Alan Noble and the corporate executives to develop the next generation of our platform here, which is now being adopted by corporate. And it's going to help everyone in the ASEA entirety to leverage this duplication concept of being able to get someone trained in the same fashion, be able to use tools, a prospecting process with scripts, everything. So someone, as soon as they get started, is very comfortable knowing exactly what they need to do and can engage in it right away. The messaging we work through and everything is just going to get super exciting. Be on the lookout over the next couple of months. We'll be finishing up the platform. The intent is to is for the launch there at the Envision conference toward the end of the year, but there may be some opportunity to get involved in beta testing. Now, for you on this call, you can get a sneak peek at this by going to 3minutepeak.com, and you can actually go through. There's a 10-module training lesson. You can get your site there. The first month's free. Okay, if you decide to continue, it's $15. $9.95 a month. Okay, so for literally pennies a day. You can have access to this not only great training system, but it's also a great duplication platform system that lets you track your prospects, know if they're watching information, being able to send out resources through a library, and again, knowing if they're actually looking at what information they're receiving. Okay, the very first step in this is to complete this training. As you're seeing on screen here, you'll get there's 10 video modules. If you watched all of them from front to back, it's going to take you all of about 3 hours. Okay, you're going to start out watching a what you're going to learn video, and then on the right here, be sure you click on the how to do that video. And then there's a worksheet, an orientation workbook worksheet you can print out and sort of collect as you go through this journey of learning here. And then again, after you get done with all 10 segments, you can go through the rest of the platform and start leveraging all of the tools there that you've learned on. Okay, so now that you've got your training, okay, one of the key concepts is to go out and look for people that you want to have as your business partner, all right? And how do you do this? We are not, and I want to clarify, we are not door-to-door salesmen, okay? We are more like executive recruiters or executive headhunters. Think about it this way. You are building a multi-million-dollar corporation. That's what you're doing with our business model. And you are out there looking for vice presidents for your corporation. Okay? If you were going to build a multi-million-dollar corporation, would you go out your front door and start knocking on people's doors saying, hey, you want to buy some ASEA? Hey, you want to buy some? I don't think so. Okay? So I think when we set the expectation properly and you're looking for the right audience, then you start to get the results you're looking for. Okay, but have that in the back of your mind. We are not, and no offense to door-to-door salesmen, but that's just not what we do. We're not trading our time for money, looking for a sale, and then on to the next sale. We're actually looking for partners, for executives that are going to, we're going to help become super successful so that we become successful as well in the process. Brian Tracy said that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. The late great Stephen Covey put it this way in his 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Habit number 5 says, seek first to understand and then to be understood. So as we're identifying people out there, we're basically having an initial conversation just to find out if this person's qualified, okay, or is a good fit to build a successful network marketing organization in your business. Okay? And here's the 4 questions that I like to have answered when I'm talking with somebody. And now, make a note here, okay? This is not an interrogation or an interview process, okay? You're not going to walk up to somebody and say, do you like what you do? Okay, no, it's going to seem very robotic, and people will get very standoffish. Okay, but I just want to put these elements in here because by the end of the conversation, you should know the answers to these questions. And let me give you an example. Let's say I decided to call a friend of mine that I went to high school with. I haven't talked to in years, decades even. Okay, oh, maybe I shouldn't have disclosed that. How old I am. But basically, so if I call up my buddy Bill and I say, Bill, how's it going, man? It's Paul Taira. What are you up to? And Bill comes back and says, wow, Paul, long time no talk. And we just started engaging in a conversation. And Bill usually will tell me the first thing on his mind. He's like, what? Maybe, oh, man, I got married. I got 4 kids now, whatever the case is. Okay. And just have a great conversation with Bill. Now, in the process of the conversation, of course, you'd say something like, so what are you doing for work nowadays, Bill? Right? This is a normal conversation, guys. Again, I don't want you to think there's nothing manipulative, any kind of interrogation going on here. Just have a conversation. Be a human being first. You may want to write that down. Okay? Be a good, compassionate human being first and listen to the person you're talking to. It will change your results dramatically. Dramatically. I know people get excited when they hear about ASEA. They want to go out and tell the world. Okay? But basically, if you just go out there and start vomiting information about redox signaling molecules and about this high-tech company and stuff without even knowing or connecting to the person first, you're in for a lot of disappointment, okay? Let the other person talk and just be a very good listener and find out the answers to these 4 questions. Now, the second one, hey, guys, I'm on a webinar. Thank you. And so basically the second, the next thing about like if you earn enough income, to find out if somebody earns enough income, what you want to do is you would ask something like, here's what I would say. I would say, man, they must pay you a fortune to do that. Okay. Now think about that. If someone said whether they like what they do for a living or whether they don't like what they do for a living, the moment I say that to them, they're right away starting to think, no, I wish I could make more income, right? And it's very interesting. And the response you get when you start to understand that someone doesn't like what they do, that they don't make enough money, that they don't have enough free time to spend with family and loved ones or doing recreational things that they love to do, okay, then what ends up happening is that their mind starts to become open to other ways of generating income. And the last thing I asked, I would ask somebody like Bill is to say, hey, Bill, when are you going to be able to retire, man? When are you going to be able to stop doing what you're doing and have enough passive income coming in? And most of the time people say, I have no idea, or I'll probably be working, forever, okay, till the day I die. So at that stage of the game, when I ask them, I'll say something like, well, are you open to other ways of generating passive income or residual income? Pretty much 10 times out of 10, the worst they're going to say is something like, well, what is it? What are you talking about? Okay. A lot of times they'll be like, well, yeah, what do I need to do? How do I do it? Okay. So, but whatever it is, that's all you want. That's all you're looking for. Okay. Notice I haven't said anything in this conversation specifically about what I'm doing. Okay. It's been all about the other person. Okay. Up until this phase. Now, when they ask you what you're doing, okay, what you want to do at that stage is you want to be busy. Okay, you want to be busy. So instead of like going and vomiting at this stage of the game on them about mitochondria and redox molecules and blah blah blah, just say, look, Bill, hey, I'd love to be able to spend the time and share with you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot you over just a 3-minute video overview and just to see if it's something you're qualified for, and then I'll call you back. And how about 2 hours from now? Is that good? Okay, good. I'll call you back. I'll let this video do all the work because it does a better job anyways of it. So let me go ahead and shoot that over and then follow up with you. Okay, so then that's exactly what you do next. You're going to send them a 3-minute peak video, and be sure to set the day and time that you're going to follow up with them, and be sure you follow up exactly when you say, because that's a big thing that they're going to be looking for. Hold on one second, guys. I apologize. Give me 1 second. Little bit of screaming and stuff. Appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so basically, next is you're going to monitor the progress in the back office of 3-minute peak. Okay, so as you send them the video clips, information, you're going to know exactly where they're at, what they're watching, and then when you end up, when they're ready to go, or as you follow up with them, then what you're going to do is send them the Start Right video clip. Now, the Start Right video clip is absolutely phenomenal. Within 5 minutes, it's going to explain the different package options, the 1-case, 2-case, 4-case, and 8-case packages. Okay? It's going to explain that to them, and it's going to show them the value of the 4 and 8-case packages, so that they can take advantage of it upon initial enrollment. There's a one-time offer, so most people after watching that should see the value, and again, the 4 and 8-case options. Okay? Now, if they're not ready to go, what you want to do is you want to be sure to do a 3-way phone call with the upline. Okay? Do a 3-way phone call so that you get that third-party validation. They can hear it. If they're a little bit hesitant because they want to hear it from somebody who's already created success, again, and I would encourage you to go upline till you find someone who's a gold executive or higher. Okay, because this is someone who's making thousands of dollars a month at least, in some cases 5 figures a month, and you know they're going to be able to answer all their questions. They've done this before, and so again, if there's any kind of hesitation or questions, don't try to answer them yourself or get into an argument with someone. Let a credible source do it. You'll see that there's a lot less friction, and the person that your prospect goes into a learning mode. Okay, much more effective. All right. So there are going to be times when you can't be busy. Like, let's just say you're on an airplane flight, right? And you're sitting next to a person, you get into a conversation, and you're talking with them, finding out about who they are, what they do, etc. And then you say, well, that's great. I'm going to send you a video clip. But if they're sitting there and they go, well, come on, at least tell me a little bit, about it, right? You don't want to completely lose them or them to think like, oh, there's something, fishy going on. So how would you describe ASEA? Okay. Well, the technology, and I basically, will let them know, I represent a heavily patented, revolutionary breakthrough health technology, and that's brand new to the world. And I go out and I look for people who want to help others and who want to generate and build a residual income stream. And so if they kind of, get inquisitive and say, well, what is this technology? Tell me about the product. Okay. Here's how I explain. I use a cell phone example. So I say, well, you have a cell phone, right? Right? Okay. Well, you know how when you go to areas where there's lots of cell phone towers, you get that coveted 5 bars of signal strength, right? And if you do, you are a very happy camper. You get crystal clear communications. Okay. However, if you go to an area where there are not as many cell phone towers, okay, and now all of a sudden your signal strength drops down to maybe 1 bar, then you're going to have problems, right? You're going to be going, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? And ultimately, you're going to start looking like this guy, right? Screaming into your phone, hey, can you hear me? which totally helps, right? But basically, now that's all funny, okay? But what if you're an emergency service person? Let's say you're a police officer or you're a fireman. Then it's not funny anymore, right? Just because you can't hear the other person. And it's not just frustrating or irritating. Somebody's life could be in jeopardy or safety, right? So what if we were able to put more cell phone towers back in that area? Well, your signal strength would go up and you'd be once again back at having crystal clear communication. So how does this analogy fit into our product? Well, basically, ASEA is a bottle full of cell phone towers, is what it is. And here's the thing. As you age, you make less and less of these cell phone towers. So your communications again start to break down. And for the first time in history, we can now replace these cell phone towers, if you will, with this amazing breakthrough technology called ASEA. From a business perspective, what makes it so strong is we have the patents on this technology. So can you imagine owning the patents on cell phone towers in this country or the world? How powerful would that be? Just on the cell phone infrastructure alone, right? Imagine having the cell phone towers of the body and having patents on that. That's why this is such a huge, huge fundamental breakthrough discovery, and why the reach is so great. Now, for a sort of 1 minute recap on that, you can go to reactivebalance.com. I've got about maybe a 90-second sort of overview on the technology behind ASEA, so you can check that out at reactivebalance.com. And then, of course, we've got our new product, Renew 28. Now, you may want to write down this web address, renewoverview.com, because it's very simple. And the nice thing about Renew 28 is that it gives visible results in a very short period of time. Visible meaning on the exterior of the skin. It's all well and good to tell someone they're going to get healthier and they're going to live younger, longer, and be faster, stronger, and all that stuff. But that generally takes a little bit of time, and people have to ingest something for a certain period of time. They've got to do it on a consistent basis and follow some instruction protocol. And so for a lot of people, that's, they're very hesitant, skeptical to do that. I mean, now granted, even with that, because the product does work, we've been able to sell, over $150 million of product here already. But again, Renew is going to allow us to step on the gas pedal and accelerate that, because Renew you just put topically on your skin, very simple to apply, and literally in less than 28 days, the results that people receive are phenomenal. Over 20% increases in skin smoothness and elasticity, over 20% reduction in wrinkles, wrinkle depth, okay, all these visible signs of aging, and over an 11% increase in skin moisture. So again, all these things people will be able to see themselves, and when they see someone else tell them how great their skin's looking, again, it's super impactful. So that's why this product's a lot easier to describe. And if you go to renewoverview.com, you can check that out. There's also a video in 3 Minute Peak, in the back of 3 Minute Peak, that you can select as well. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do here is let me log into 3 Minute Peak and give you guys kind of an overview here, or give you guys a little bit of a heads up. I've got my video paused, so let me get over to 3 Minute Peak and log in, and then let me go to the and kind of give you an idea here as I'm loading. Okay, let me go back into library. So if I go into library, right, and I go into new library beta, okay, and I'm just logged into my 3 Minute Peak back office, and I type in the word renew and I hit enter, it's going to give me all of the resources available for Renew. And if I scroll down, notice that there's documents there, etc. I can go to, for example, this Renew 28. This is the company corporate video. It says Renew 28 Paul. This is the 1 minute video that I just shared with you. Okay, so you can just make a first contact, send them the Renew 28 Paul by clicking on Add to Send Queue. Click OK, and then go back, maybe send one of the documents like the brochure down here, Renew 28 brochure. You could highlight there, Add to Send Queue. Okay, that might be a nice little first communication on Renew 28. Once you've selected what you want, just click on Show Send Queue. Okay, and it's going to show you. It's got the Renew video here and the brochure. Okay, and then all you do is you put in the name of your prospect that you want to send to. Let's say I put in Paul. This is a test account here, and if they're in your prospect manager, you'll be able to select them. You can put in the subject. It's info on Renew 28, and then you go here. You go. Okay, and then you just slide. You could slide this to include your contact information. Slide that to yes, and click send. And you're good to go. Okay, they're going to get that. They'll have a nice looking cinema, and they'll be able to click and watch the video and download the brochure if they want. On a second exposure, if they want more info, you can actually, I would send them, at this point, I would send them the 5 minute video clip. Click there, click on Add to Send Queue, and maybe the usage guide. Click on Add to Send Queue. Go back up there and then send them that. And again, what's nice is in the Prospect Manager, you'd be able to track and know if they watched that video, if they downloaded the brochure, and when exactly they did that. So again, it really helps you to be able to monitor the progress and know exactly what your prospect is getting. Okay, so hopefully that helps to you, and a little bit of 3-minute peak training there. Okay, so let's go on and talk about achieving your goals and what it's going to take for you to reach the income level that you want. Basically, whatever your commitment is, the reality is if you do it over a long enough period of time and you waver not from it, you're going to generate results. Okay, and if you're brand new to ASEA, my suggestion is to, for the first month, all out massive action. So if your goal is only 2 people a day, for the first month, let's kick that up a notch. Let's do 5 to 10 people a day for the first week. Okay, let's try to get through as many people in the shortest period of time as possible, and then we'll continue this goal here over time as we continue to build our business. Okay, but I threw up a couple examples here because most people I don't think ever think about this. But if you just talk to 2 people a day, I think most people will say, yeah, Paul, 2 people a day, what's that going to take me? All of about 15 minutes, half an hour to do. That's 60 people a month. That means after the course of 1 year, you would have talked to 720 people. And if only 5 out of 100 joined, that would be 36 new enrollments in your group. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you're using the 3minutepeak.com platform properly and you're sending out the right videos, our conversion rate is 24%. So almost 1 out of 4 people will join your business. Okay? So again, if you're doing this properly and implementing all of the training that you learn there in 3-Minute Peak. So this number could be dramatically higher. Let's say we went to 3 people a day, just added 1 more person a day, we now would have talked to over 1,000 people over the course of a year, and 54 enrollments at only 5% conversion rate. And if we went to 5 people a day, only 5 days a week, so we took the weekends off, okay, that's 1,200 people a year, which is 60 people at 5% conversion rate. All right, so this is more likely a couple hundred people, guys. If you just said, look, 5 people a day, only 5 days a week, you're definitely over 100 enrollments. What would that do? I mean, I'll tell you what that does. The people that have personally enrolled over 100 people, I don't know of someone who's not, earning 5 figures a month with our business. So it's not a matter of if this is going to happen. It's a matter of, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to be consistent? I know people who make a 10-person a day commitment. Again, that's going to require that this is you have more of a full-time availability. But whatever it is, however hungry you are, which I don't know how hungry you are, however hungry you are, you can generate the results if you set these goals and stick to it over time. And if you're asking, well, Paul, why isn't everybody rich then? Well, for the same reason why we have an obesity problem in our country, right? Everyone knows they need to eat better and exercise. But the reality is people just don't do it, or if they start a program, they quit, right? They don't do it for a long enough period of time. If you don't believe me, go to a health club, go to your local health club gym, right, on January 2nd, and you'll see a parking lot full of people who've made their New Year's resolution to become skinny, right? Go back there on February 2nd and tell me how full that parking lot is, okay? It'll be back to exactly where it was on December 28th, okay? You're just going to find that people cannot stick to something over a period of time. And for the same reason we have all these, our health care, and we have all these major health challenges across the country, because of that reason, the same reason financially, we have the same thing. People cannot stick to something for a long enough period of time. So I will tell you and encourage you just to do this. Put 1 year in your head before we're looking at results, and stick to these goals. I don't care if you only make 2 people a day. If you only talk to 1 person a day and it's 11 o'clock at night, go drive down to the convenience store and talk to the attendant there, okay? Whatever it is, the most important thing is that you don't waver from it and you stay consistent for the time commitment that you made. Okay, so let's take a look at what could potentially happen. If you just set a goal to enroll 2 people within your first 30 days, and if everybody just did that, they enrolled 2 people within their first 30 days, okay, and they have no customers. So, for example, 2 people in your first month, and in the second month, those 2 people enrolled 2, that's 4 people. And in the third month, if those 4 people enroll their 2 people, that's now 8 people that comes in your third month. So you would have a total of 14 in your third month. And here's the deal. You'd be making a whopping $70 a month. Now, this is where a lot of people would quit. They'd be like, Paul, I can't live on $70 a month. You'd be like, well, let's think about it, though. Let's put things into perspective. How much money would you have to put in the bank to get $70 a month every single month? Probably somewhere close to $20,000. So does that make more sense now for you to have worked 3 months to create an annuity equivalent to $20,000 in the bank? I would probably venture to say, someone would say, okay, well, that kind of does make sense. Let's keep going. What about month 6? Month 6, 64 new people came in your group. You have 126 people total. Now, I want to just reinforce, everyone here only found 2 people, and everyone took the entire 30 days to do so. And no one here has a single customer. Everyone in this model, all they're doing is drinking 1 case of ASEA for themselves, or if they're using Renew 28, 4-2 pack, or a mixture of ASEA and Renew. Okay, it's all they're doing each month. After 6 months, you would have now $630 every single month come into your bank account. Month 9, 512 people come in. You'd have over 1,000 people total, and at $5,000 a month, if you were to try to put money in the bank, okay, at today's interest rates, probably be north of $4 million you'd have to put in the bank to get $5,000 a month. So again, would this have been worth your while? I would venture to say a resounding yes. Now, let's look at just 1 year of doing this. At month 12 alone, over 4,000 people come in your business. You now would have a total of 8,000 if you added up all the other months, and that'd be generating you $40,000 a month. $40,000 a month. Now, let me slap some reality in here. Okay, have you ever seen this happen in this perfect way? No, I've never seen it happen in this perfect fashion. Okay, some people sign up. Yes, while it is true, some people sign up 50. Even I've got multiple people who sign up over 100 people. Okay, personally, a big percentage of people sign up 0 people. Okay, so again, it's that whole philosophy and why we're obese and broke in this country, because no one can do things for a sustained period of time. And again, guys, we're only looking at 1 year here. They'd rather sit in their painful current job workplace and stay there for 30 or 40 years and be broke at age 65 and have to continue to find a second job and continue to work. Okay, they'd rather do that because that's what everyone else is doing. That's what's comfortable. That's what they've always been told to do, and so they just keep doing the same thing, and subsequently they keep getting the same thing. Okay, so in this model, let's say we were consistent, and let's say 90% of this did not come to fruition. Okay, 90%. That would still be $4,000 a month in passive monthly residual income. Most people could retire. They say, look, Paul, $4,000 a month, I can pay all my bills, my mortgage payment, I can pay my car payment, I'm good, right? And that's being a 90% failure in this model. If you went at your current job and you were a 90% failure, would you even have a job in 2 weeks from now? Probably not, right? And that's why the most important thing here is to be consistent and to do it over a long enough period of time. That's why I think 1 year is very realistic. For you to be able to generate $4,000 to $40,000 a month passive monthly residual income, I would think everyone on this webinar would say, yes, Paul, that was worth my time. Okay. Albert Gray said the secret of success of every person who has ever been successful lies in the fact that they formed the habit of doing things others don't like to do, period. Period. One of our mantras here at Team Reactive is, today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can have what others don't. That's it. You got to be willing to pay the price. Very simple. All right. ASEAStore.com. Let's shift gears here a little bit, do a commercial for ASEA Store. I get a very common question is, Paul, where can I get business cards? Paul, where can I get more brochures, banners, usage guides, CDs, DVDs, books, etc.? ASEAStore.com. Okay? So when you go there, click around. Now, I'm going to encourage you not to go crazy over here. Okay? Let's be responsible. I know there's a lot of shiny things you may want to buy, but let's not go drop $1,000 on ASEA Store, okay, on our first outing. Let's just look at a couple pieces that we recommend. First one is a product usage guide. This usage guide comes in all cases of ASEA, bottles and pouches. Okay, so you would want to be sure you have it. Anyone that gets product, whether they buy retail, whether they're just getting started, they need to have this product usage guide because it will ensure they're maximizing their results. They're going to do a health assessment at the beginning, and then they're going to follow the instruction protocol to make sure that they're getting their results, and that they're going to look back, be able to look back and say, oh yeah, man, I have been sleeping a lot better at night. Oh yeah, I forgot about that pain. Okay, it gives them a good benchmark on where they started and where they're ending up. Now, with regards to Renew 28, before and after picture, and again, that's what really makes Renew 28 that much more powerful from an opportunity perspective, is because it goes a lot faster. Somebody takes a picture of their face, 28 days, take another picture, that's it. They don't have to write anything down, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. And again, so because of that, you could say the growth potential for the Renew side of things is 1,000 times greater. Okay, but definitely when you're taking ASEA, because of all the other benefits that the body's going to receive, be sure to have them follow the product usage guide. Now, as far as DVDs or printed brochures, the DVD we recommend is called Meet ASEA, and the main reason is because it's got all the other videos on it. Okay, so it's the only one you need to buy. It's going to cost you all of a couple dollars, so that's the one we encourage you to have. And then the product brochure is called The Science of ASEA. This is the one that we like, because it basically, again, its only function is to provide credibility and validation from healthcare and wellness professionals, and you can see the reference to studies that have been done on ASEA there as well. Okay, so again, those are only printed leave-behinds that you need to have getting started. If you're going to talk to medical professionals, then you may want to get the Doctor's CD, the Science of Healing Revealed book, and the Science of Healing Revealed CD. These pieces are great because you don't want to get into a medical discussion with a doctor. I mean, you could be 100% right, but because if you're not a doctor, then they're not going to be taking you seriously. Now, there's also a great book out there called Redox Life. You can get it on Amazon.com, or you can Google it. And this was a 534-page textbook that was written specifically at the request of our CEO, Vertus Norton, by a 2-time Nobel Prize nominee. Okay, Dr. Narain Naidu, and he does a wonderful job at sort of clarifying how redox plays such a vital role in all systems and processes of the body. And you may want to write down those pages there, page 206 and page 217. If you have this book, these pages are powerful because it actually specifically references certain pathologies where redox plays a vital role in, different types of health conditions, and then on page 217 it shows all of the systems of the body where there's actually been clinical studies done where they've measured redox activity with. So again, very powerful. We cannot claim that we cure, treat, or prevent any specific illness or disease, okay? But it's just getting people to understand the role of these molecules and let them figure it out on their own, that by keeping these levels high, that their body has the best chance of healing itself, okay? IamASEA.com will take you to a site where you're going to hear from leaders and people who qualified for a great incentive cruise trip down to the Caribbean. There's about 50 people, and how they got there. I mean, basically a little bit about their background. And so these are real people from all different diverse backgrounds who have gotten great results business-wise with ASEA. ASEAImpact.com will highlight, showcase the leadership, the high-level leadership at ASEA, as well as provide you with an outline of rewards and various programs that we have, incentive trips, etc. So you want to be sure their information on convention as well. So be sure to go to ASEAImpact.com to see all that great info. All right, auto ship. This is your only business expense. So let's talk about this. It ensures you've got enough product on hand for yourself so that you're a product of the product. It's going to ensure you remain active so that you carry over volume. We'll talk more about what that means in the compensation plan section. And it's part of the duplication model. People tend to do what you do, not what you say. And I want to clarify that they don't always do what you do as well, but they're more likely to do something if you're doing it. The hardest thing, okay, I could imagine is if you were not on auto ship and you're enrolling your new associate and they say, well, what's about this auto ship thing? Which one are you doing? And if you responded, well, I'm not on auto ship, but you need to be on it, do a one-caser. What do you think? How would that make them feel? You're like, well, if you're not doing it, why would I do it, right? So you want to be on auto ship. This is, by the way, this is a fundamental part of your residual income, guys. Okay, everyone's on auto ship, and therefore, as you grow your group, that's consistent monthly generated revenue. And it's going to keep them younger longer and make them be faster and stronger and look younger, live better, etc. So again, everyone should be taking this each and every month to be as healthy as possible. And in the process, the more people you help, your financial situation becomes as healthy as possible. All right. So if you're not on AutoShip, let me talk about this program because it's actually been extended through August or September. Okay, so pay no attention where it says to June 30th because we're almost at that cutoff. They've actually recently announced they've extended it again. But basically, if someone enrolls on AutoShip when they first enroll, okay, as an associate, and if they stay on AutoShip for 3 consecutive months, boom, they're going to get a free case of ASEA or renew 28. So, so the bottom line is that you want to make sure that people are aware of this. Okay, and let them know that, hey, you can cancel it. You can cancel it in 5 days from now if you want, or tomorrow, okay? But just let them know. You want to sign up right when you enroll, and that way, as we expect you to get great results, okay, that way, after you've been on it for 3 months, you'll be entitled to a free case. Okay, so let them know. That's one of the big reasons why they want to do it. Also, it qualifies them for certain bonuses in the commission plan, which I'll clarify here in a minute as well. Okay, so if they're not on AutoShip, go have them log into their back office with their username and password. Go to My Business, click on Manage AutoShip, and then boom, they'll be taken to the area where they can create their AutoShip order. All right, they go through that, fill out all the info, and they're good to go. Okay, another resource website for you is teamreactive.com. Now, this is our team site, and what I encourage you to do first and foremost is click on Stay Informed. Okay, by doing that, you're plugged into us. You're going to get reminders of conference calls, webinars like the one you're on right now, upcoming events, etc. And not only you want to sign up, make sure your whole team signs up so that they're connected. Let us do the heavy lifting for you guys. Okay, if you end up even having 10 or 20 people in your group, it can be super time consuming trying to call 10 or 20 people to remind them about calls daily or weekly. So let us do that for you, and that way you can focus on building your business. Okay. Now here's a summary of the calls that we do every week. Every Monday, so you want to put these in your calendar. Every Monday we do the Leadership in Momentum call. It starts at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon on the East Coast. And this is a call to get your week off to a great start. Now, even though it says leadership, every associate is either a leader or a leader in the making, okay? And so everybody should be in this call, on this call. Okay, you're going to get some great updated information and learn some great principles for success on this call. It's about a half an hour in length. Sometimes it gets a little long depending upon how many guests we have. We also like to do recognition on this call as well. So again, make sure all your folks are plugged into that. On Tuesdays, there's the TRM call. Now, TRM stands for Team Reactive Momentum Calls. It's also an acronym for Train, Recruit, and Manage. So on Tuesday is the training day, and that is hosted by Triple Diamond executive Terry Malmed, and she a lot of times has guests on that call to help her with her training call there. And these calls are at 8 a.m. Pacific, which is 11 a.m. on the East Coast, and these are Tuesday through Thursday. Okay. Now that same night on Tuesday, there's a vision call where various medical professionals and business building professionals tend to get on this call, and you can go find out all the info at visioncall.info. Once again, visioncall.info for all of the dial-in information, etc. That's once a week as well, every Tuesday. Wednesday, we have the TRM call, which is Recruit Day in the morning there at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. East Coast. And Wednesday is Triple Diamond Executive Colleen Murray's day. She does that alongside of Diamond Executive Julianne Fike, so be sure to tune in there. And then Wednesday evening is the Connection Hangout. I do that hangout with David Asarno out there in Atlanta, Georgia, and we interview various celebrities and athletes and corporate executives and business professionals and get connected to them, so you know these are real people, and whatever, if they're getting results from the product or business-wise or can help contribute to helping you grow your business, we look for the best of the best. Matter of fact, this Wednesday, we're going to have the ASEA's Director of Events and Conventions. Her name is Kim Larson. She's going to join us and talk about all the upcoming trips and the reasons why you want to be at these events. Okay, so that's the Connection Hangout every Wednesday. It's at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 9 o'clock on the East Coast. Thursday, we got the TRM call, again, bright and early, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. East Coast. And then Thursday evening is the Business Opportunity Webinar. And that's for new people, for them to get exposure. Now, to register for the BizOp webinar, you can go to Thursday411.com. Once again, Thursday, the number 4, the number 1, the number 1.com, and they'll get an email. We'll give them instructions on how to connect to that webinar. Again, that's every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. East Coast. And then, of course, Saturday is the Basics webinar. That's the webinar you're currently on right now, and it's for new associates as well as a refresher for existing associates. Again, be on the mailing list for the reminders, and you'll get reminders for all these. We send them out a few times during the week just to make sure the information's there fresh and in front of you. All right, now let's talk about the commission plan. We're in the home stretch here. We got the Fast Start, AAA bonus, and team commissions. The first way to get paid is through Fast Start bonuses. Then we have the AAA bonus, then the team bonus, and then check match. The stability income is on the Fast Start and AAA bonus side of the program, while the wealth generating part of the plan is on the team bonus and the check match. So let's start off talking about the Fast Start bonuses. Okay, the Fast Start bonus works like this. It's pretty simple. It's basically $20 per enrollment case when someone gets one of either our 1 case, 2 case, 4 case, or 8 case packages. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to use the 4 case package for my example here because it's our most popular package. So if this was you and you enrolled someone named Ann with a 4 case package, you would get $80, right? $20 per case times 4 cases would be $80. That's your Fast Start bonus. Now, when do you get that? You'll get that next week. You get a week from the current Thursday. Okay? So, for example, if you signed up someone today, it'd be your longest wait period. Okay? Because the commission week closes at midnight Eastern time on Friday. All the people you signed up from the previous midnight Eastern time on Friday, okay, those all get tallied up, and the following Thursday, those commissions and funds are deposited into your account. Now, Ann here, if she enrolls someone named Jim, Ann gets the $80. Watch this, though. You'll get $40. You get half of the amount, okay, of what that person receives. Okay, so it's because it's paid out through multiple tiers. As a matter of fact, if Jim goes out and enrolls Dan, then Jim gets 80, Ann gets 40, you would get 20. So again, half of what Ann gets, you're getting. So it's paid through these 3 levels. So it's really powerful. This is where most of your income is going to be derived from. And again, if you get a super hot shot who's enrolling a lot of people, imagine getting a lot of $40 or $20 checks for the efforts that you're now able to leverage and help other people. Again, it's about helping other people become successful. You become successful yourself. Now, what if Ann was inactive, meaning that Ann did not personally purchase at least 100 PV worth of products within the last 30 days? She didn't have preferred customers, et cetera, okay? Then what would happen is Ann would not get the $40. You would get the $40. It just shifts up, okay? And the person who enrolled you would get 20. So it's paid to the first qualified person in the upline. Now, historically, some companies would keep this money, okay, which is pretty sad, right? But again, ASEA, having the highest levels of ethics and integrity and standards, they don't keep the money. They just pay it to the next person who's qualified above. All right, AAA bonus. Let's talk about that. By the way, guys, if you have joined us recently and aren't aware, yes, you can ask questions. You can just click on the little hand raise button in the software there. You see a little picture of a hand, or you can just do a *6 on your phone if you're just calling in on the phone line, or if you are confused about the hand thing. Okay, just do a *6 and jump right on in. We love to hear the contribution. All right, AAA bonus. Now the L1 bonus is $100 every single month. To qualify, you have to be on auto ship. So again, another great reason why you need to be on auto ship for a minimum of 100 PV. You also have to have 4 personally sponsored associates on auto ship, and they have to have their minimum of 100 PV. And you have to have a minimum of 600 auto ship on your first level. Okay? Now we'll go through some scenarios on how to achieve that here in a minute, but this is going to start here in July. So starting with next week's commission cycle, you're going to need to have at least 600 total on your first volume. Now this is not just your own personal purchases. This is like, or purchases rather, on your associates, but they can be preferred customers, etc. Okay, so basically, here's how the volume breaks down. If an associate's on auto ship, it's 100 PV. If you have a preferred customer on auto ship, it's only 50 PV. Okay, for a case of ASEA or 4 tubes of Renew 28. Okay, so this is you. You're on your 100 auto ship, and you have 4 people who are on, let's say, 1 case auto ship of ASEA. That means you're getting $100 a month. Okay. Now, in order to get it, you've got to first have your, oops, looks like my check mark's a little bit off. You need to have your 100 auto ship. You got to have 4 people with 4 personally enrolled associates with 100 auto ship, and then, which in this case, I'm sorry, to add the total of 600, we could add 4 auto ship tubes of Renew to 2 of these people, and that would give us the 600 worth of volume as well. Okay, so you can have maybe all 4 doing 2 tubes of Renew, but if you have 2 of them doing 4, that's one way to hit it. Let's look at another scenario. Okay, if this was you and you had 4 personal customers in addition to your 4 associates who are just getting 2 tubes of Renew as a preferred customer, then that would be another way you could achieve your 600 PV. Okay, so there's a bunch of different ways you could do it, or combinations thereof, to get the 600 PV. Okay, let's say this was you and you had your 4 personals. Okay, what you want to do is you want to have spares. Okay, because you don't just want to have 4 associates. That's the minimum. If someone's credit card declines or expires, let's say, for example, you may not qualify for your L1 bonus. So you want to make sure you have extra spares. Okay, so let's say, and in this case, if you had a couple extra spares, that would probably also help you to generate the 600 PV of volume as well. Okay, so make it a goal to enroll 10, 15, 20 people, okay, over the course of your first couple months of business, and you should be good to go. Okay, let's talk about the L2 bonus. So there's your 4 people that you enrolled. Okay, if each one of them become L1 qualified, or rather, I'm sorry, just 2 of them become L1 qualified, then you're now L2 qualified. And by being L2 qualified, you're going to get an additional $250 each and every month. Okay, that's a total of $350 a month. Now, if you add in the other parts of our commission plan, that would be close to $500 a month in passive monthly residual income. Again, what did you do? You signed up 4 people, you helped 2 of them sign up their 4, and everyone has 600 volume amongst all of those front levels, and you're good to go. You're making almost $500 every single month, each and every month. Okay, so how do you get to level 3? Well, you basically just help the 2 people get to level 2. By helping 2 people get to level 2, looks like this. Okay, then basically you are now a level 3. Congratulations. And you're now going to get an additional $400 a month. That's a total of $750 a month, which would bring you close to $1,000 a month if you include the other parts of the program. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about building the spares. Again, if let's say Kurt's credit card expires this month, then that would not make you eligible to receive your L1. Therefore, you would not get L2 if you were qualified, or L3. You got to have all those elements. So definitely have a couple of extra spares involved. And if everyone's doing the same thing, not only it's going to keep their structure solid, but it's going to also create more volume for you and bigger commission checks in other parts of the program. Okay, so getting beyond $1,000 a month, okay, can truly be life-changing. If you help enough others get what they want, then you will get what you want. That's a Zig Ziglar quote there. So here you go. If you help 2 people get to L1, boom, you're an L2, making about $500 a month. If you help 2 people get to L2, then boom, you're an L3, and you'd be making around $1,000 a month. Okay, so help other people become their thousandaires, get them to $1,000 a month, and your volume will grow, and so will your check. Okay, so let's talk about the team bonus. So if I'm looking here in the team bonus, and Dan here, whenever he personally enrolls someone like Tina here, Tina gets put in the team structure as well. When he say he enrolled Matt next, well, Matt would be frontline to Dan as well. Well, watch what happens when he enrolls a third person, Debbie. He has to put Debbie underneath somebody who doesn't yet have their two. So in this case, Dan put Debbie underneath Tina there. When he enrolled Teresa, he put Teresa on the other side. He wants to keep this as balanced as possible. So again, same number on the left and the same number on the right as closely as possible. Okay. And if everyone's doing 100 PV, getting just one case of product each month, then every month Dan will be getting an additional $20. So if you add the AAA bonus of $100 plus the 20, again, that's what it costs of a case of ASEA sells for wholesale, $120. So in essence, Dan's getting his product for free with just 4 enrollments. Now, as this builds out, so as Tina and Teresa get to their level 1s, etc., as it builds out, so will your check grow and grow. You get 10% on the lesser side, so now we're growing this out. Okay, and here's what it looks like. Okay, you're gonna as you're building your AAA structure, these people are also being put in the team commission part of the plan. So let's say this week there was 3,000 worth of sales on the left side and 2,500 on the right. How do we calculate the team commissions? It's simply 10% of the lesser side. So in this case, it's 10% of 2,500, which is going to be $250 a month. So and what's going to happen next week is that right side will go to 0 because you got paid on it, but the left side will carry forward that extra volume. So because there was a $500 difference going from 2,500 to 3,000, okay, the company will let you roll over the excess into next week's pay plan. Okay, it's a very, very generous thing for the company to do. Okay, some companies would keep that extra volume and reset both of your sides to 0. Okay, and you have to start all over again. But ASEA again lets you continue to carry forward the volume as long as you're active, meaning you've purchased at least one case of product within the last 30 days. Okay, so if you add, in this example, you add the 250 to the 750, now you're generating $1,000 a month in passive monthly residual income. You're one of our thousandaires at this stage of the game. Now, this part of the plan is going to max at $10,000 a week, which is also $40,000 a month. Okay, so if for those of you who can't get by on $40,000 a month, okay, have no fear, because that's not where the plan will max out. There is unlimited earning potential via the check match portion of our plan. Okay, so let's talk about getting beyond just the $1,000 a month. Let's talk about, Paul, how would I make $2,000 a month? Well, help 2 people on your right team and 2 people on your left team get to the L3 bonus level. Okay, by doing that, you'll be getting your own $1,000 from the AAA bonus part of the plan. Okay, but you're also creating this volume. Let's say it's 10,000 of volume. Well, 10% of 10,000, that's going to add an additional $1,000 a month. So now you're looking at $2,000 a month. Okay, $2,000 a month by just helping others become successful. Now, if you develop a bronze leader on your left and right, it's about 20,000 of volume left and right. You'd now be a gold executive, and that you'd be generating around $4,000 to $5,000 a month total with all the other commissions, with the AAA bonus and the other overrides. Okay, so again, I think most people would agree $4,000 to $5,000 a month is truly impactful, and a lot of people would decide to at this stage do the business full time. Okay, if they're making $5,000 a month. So again, go for the gold, guys. Get to gold, and you'll see financially it'll put you in a very, very good place. Okay, now as far as check matching goes, how it's calculated, it's based on the personal tree structure, not the binary, so the personal tree structure. And it's basically everyone that you enroll, everyone they enroll, etc., all the way up till someone who reaches the rank of bronze executive or higher. Okay, so what does that mean? That means all of these people, if there was no other bronzes in your group, in this example, you would get 10 to 20% of whatever their check was for the team commissions for that week. Imagine you'd be getting 10 to 20% of that added to your own earnings. And there's unlimited number of people you can enroll. Therefore, there's unlimited number of people that you can be generating commissions on from this part of our plan. Okay, so how do we achieve rank? Well, let me first talk about and define volume. Every time product moves, volume gets put into the pay plan. So if you come in with the one case basic package for $160, and by the way, that does include the $40 associate starter kit and the website hosting for the year. So 160 puts 25 in the team commission part of the plan. 280 puts 50, 410 puts 100, and 810 puts 200. If you're wondering, if you're saying to yourself, Paul, why if someone spends $410, why the company only puts $100 into the comp plan? Well, remember, out of that 410, somebody got a check for $80 for the Fast Start bonus, somebody got a check for $40, and somebody got a check for $20, just from the Fast Start bonus part alone. Also remember that this includes 4 cases, and it also has, it's like buying 3 cases and getting 1 case for free, so the company has to subsidize that. Also, it includes the website hosting and all your kit, your materials and everything, and the websites for the entire year, your virtual office. Again, at the end of the day, I think it's very generous for the company to be putting 100 into the plan on top of everything they're already paying out. Okay, and all the other packages subsequently have a similar conversion ratio. All right, so let's talk about a more accurate definition of volume. If you're buying a case of product at wholesale for 120, 100 gets put in the plan. A case as a preferred for 120, 50 gets put in the plan. And if you're just doing a half case for 65, then it's 50 that gets put in the plan as well. Okay? So the PV required to be active is that up to the rank of Director 700, you need to have 100 PV, which is just 1 case of product within the last 30 days. However, starting at the rank of Bronze Executive and higher, you need to have 200 PV if you want to be receiving those check matching for qualifying as an executive. Okay, if you only have 100, then you'll just get paid as a Director 700. Okay? But trust me, you want the check matching, okay, because that's where the bigger money is, and that's where you're matching a percentage of everyone's team commission check and adding it to your own. All right. Director. Be active and personally enroll 1 active associate on your left and 1 on your right. So here you are. You personally enroll someone here left, someone right. You're now a director. They're both active. Congratulations. You are a director. To become a Director 300 is simply a director with 300 group volume in the pay team. So here you are. As long as 300 of volume moves within a particular week, you are now a Director 300. A Director 700 is simply a director with 700 group volume in the pay team. So this is your pay team. You have 700 in it. Congratulations, you're a Director 700. Now, starting at the rank of Director 300, the company will send you a pin and a certificate to recognize your achievement. So you definitely want to get to 300 and then ramp up to 700. And then the next rank is Bronze. And this is where I encourage everyone to set your sights on, okay? Because this is where you start to get the check match. A Bronze is a director with 2,000 group volume in the pay team and 1 Director 300 down 2 separate legs. So if we take a look here, with what we already know, instead of 300 or 700, it's now 2,000, so it's quite a substantial reach, which is what you want it to be. That way in your group, you know, it may take a little while before you get your first Bronze executive, and the further they are down, the more matching checks you're going to match on. Okay, so what is a leg? Every time you personally enroll someone, everybody that's underneath them would be considered to be in that person's leg, if you will. So let's say you enrolled this person here, and they did not become a Director 300, but let's say they enrolled this person here who did become a Director 300. Okay, oops, definition of leg. You can count that person as being in this leg. Okay, and as long as you have 1 more Director 300 in a different leg, then you would make your Director 300 qualifier for the Bronze title. Okay. The silver, just more of the same, guys. It's a director with 3,000 group volume in the pay team, and then one director 300 down 3 different legs. So this is you. Go from 2,000 to 3,000. Congratulations, you're a silver. Right? If you have the 3 director 300 legs, you're a silver. And then going to gold is a director with 5,000 group volume in the pay team and 4 director 300 legs. So there you are. You've got 5,000 in the pay team. You add the 4th director 300 leg. Congratulations. You're now a gold executive. You get a gold, if gold qualifying every week as a gold is going to be somewhere around $5,000. It is a nice conservative figure for that. I do know gold, it makes over $10,000 a month, but not normal, okay? But basically by getting to gold, it's pretty much, again, for most people who can just say, look, hey, $5,000 a month is great. I want to do this now full time. This is where it makes sense for the majority of people out there to be able to do that. Okay, in closing, Boyd Matheson said that true character is the ability to stay focused on your goals long after the mood in which they were created has passed. So kind of going back to the Albert Gray quote from earlier, it's a matter of just continuing to reset yourself and continuing to say, look, when I joined this business, I joined it for these reasons. I'm obviously intelligent, right, and made a great decision, so there's absolutely no reason for me not to wake up each and every morning and say, look, here's what I'm going to be able to use, leverage to build my future. Okay? Have that attitude day in, day out, and you will generate results. Okay, events and promotions. There's a lot of great educational and fun opportunities coming up, the first of which is our base camps and ASEA Ascent events. Okay, the base camp qualifier is going to be finishing up here on July 4th. Okay, so you want to try to make every effort to qualify by July 4th, and it's a phenomenal event. It's where you need to hit silver once or bronze twice, and they're gonna teach you how to take your business to the next level. There'll be diamond leaders there. There'll be corporate representatives there. You'll be able to see lots of great stuff. They're doing one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast this year to keep it regionalized so people can get to it easier. And again, it's really going to help you take your business to the next level and set your sights on gold and platinum. Okay, the next one is the ASEA Ascent event. Now, the qualifier for that is just finished up here yesterday. Congratulations to everyone who qualified for this event, people who hit platinum 3 times or gold 6 times or a combination thereof. They're going to the beautiful Star Valley Trout Ranch there in Star Valley, Wyoming. The inaugural event was last year, and it was spectacular. You'll be at this 5-star lodge, get a great outdoor experience, amazing cuisine, and a tour of ASEA. You'll be riding horseback. You'll be shooting skeet. You'll learn how to fly fish if you don't know how to fly fish. I didn't, and it was a blast. There's ponds that are stocked with trout. You have a little competition there. It's just a lot of fun. Real great place for team building, education, and just having a heck of a lot of fun. Definitely want to be at this event. The Envision Conference is going to be in September, the fall there. You have up until September 19th to be paid at executive rank level, so bronze or higher, at just one time. You qualify for this. You are eligible to attend this, and I'm going to encourage everyone who does qualify to attend this event. They're going to have industry leaders. We're going to make some big announcements, and especially with regards to the new platform. So definitely plan to be here. Get to bronze or higher. And then the Diamond Summit, which if you're paid at the rank of Diamond twice, if you're paid at it 4 times, they're not only going to pay for all your expenses there, they're going to pay for 2 airfare tickets round trip. Again, you have up till September 5th. It would be a very aggressive run if you're just starting the business now, but has it been done before? Yes, we've had someone go diamond in about 5 weeks. Okay, but that's a very, very aggressive person, all right, who had a very big why. But I will tell you, the view is truly amazing. Matter of fact, I can show you a little snippet of it here. Okay, oops, wrong one. This one here. And I'm going to share this with you. They just sent us registration info for those of us qualified. This is what you'll get. You'll get a registration page. Okay, it'll tell you the itinerary of what'll happen. You can click on that itinerary, and you can see travel day, where you have every day. You've got breakfast, and again, they pay for everything: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you've got all these different activities. They'll let you choose what activity options you want. You'll see some great options here. You can go in the spa in this one. You can do river rafting. You could do a horseback adventure, or a Borinquen spa, which is I guess a famous spa and mountain retreat spa in that part of the world. So you get to choose that. They pay for that. Again, it's just spectacular. They'll tell you about all the local things to do, accommodations, etc. It's all 5-star stuff, guys. So they roll out the red carpet. And the reason I want to share that with you is that you can get a really clear vision in your head of what you're going to shoot for next year. They may be back in Hawaii, but I will tell you, every experience I've been on 4 of these diamond trips since the very first one, have all just been stellar. Okay, so you want to do everything you can to qualify as diamond. All right, so again, that's Costa Rica this year. And then don't forget to register for the upcoming Amplify Tour event. It's going to be, the upcoming tour events right now are in Mexico. The next ones are going to be in Europe. They're a follow-up to our convention that we just had. You want to get as many folks there as possible to leverage that. They're going to have the new Renew 28 product there, etc. Go to ASEAEvents.com for all the information there. And then our big convention, our 5-year anniversary there in Salt Lake City. Go to ASEANSLC.com to get early bird registration. Notice it's until August 1st, ultra early bird registration. This is Vertus Norton's farewell convention. He's going to be retiring. You definitely want to be here. It's going to be phenomenal. Again, our global international convention, Salt Lake City 2015. ASEANSLC.com. All right. As Bob Mowat said, you can't leave footprints in the sands of time if you're sitting on your butt. And who wants to leave butt prints in the sands of time? Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Now, does anybody out there have any questions? If you do, just do a *6, and I'm more than happy to field any questions. Even at this point, if you have questions regarding the product, because you notice I didn't talk anything about the product or technology other than to mention the resources you can go to send people to. If you do have anything, maybe questions have came up, feel free to ask those as well. I'll be more than happy to field those.